Well, hello accountants. This is my first video for 2019 and it is a cold, miserable day outside here in Morgantown. So, we're going to talk about case 4 and it talks about opening access and creating a database called case 4. So we will open access. We will do blank desktop database. Let's go and I'm going to place it in the same folder as my data, and I should just get the right class. That would help. Here we go. We're going to call this case 4 and it says save it as a Microsoft Access database, and that is indeed our default over there. We'll do create, and now I have a blank database that needs a little data and needs some queries and a little bit of attention. So let's go back and look at the requirements. For this part, simply say database created, and we can go something like case 4 database created, and we will go part 2 and keep on moving. So part 2, import the paid software payments data. I tell you where it is in eCampus, and what I want is the first 10 rows, the screenshot of the first 10 rows. So here we go. External data. It's Excel. I need to browse. You'll have it in a folder on your computer. Paid software payments. This is indeed an actual payments file from a company based in Ohio originally, and goes back a couple of years here, and it is 1 year's worth of payments. We'll do open. Leave the default over there, and we'll do OK. First row contains column headings is correct. Next. Everything is labeled as it should be. I don't need to go and make any changes here. Let access add a primary key. We will usually say yes, unless the database, the table, already has something that could function as a primary key. Primary key allows me to identify a record uniquely. In other words, this would be record number 2. Import table, and I say name your table of payments. So we will go payments over here, and we will do finish, and there's usually, I won't take that, there's usually a seamless integration between Excel and Access. This will actually close now because there's a real payment over there. And I'm now in a position to show a screenshot of my first 10 rows. I use Snagit. You should use Snipping Tool, unless of course you have Snagit. But for me, it would be a case of first 10 rows, round about here. Copy. Paste. Use the select query to view all the payments $1 million and higher. So of course access does become a little tricky over here if you don't know where to click, because it'll take you a long time to figure out what to do. I'm going to use create. Query design. This would be the one favored by professionals such as us. Those are terribly basic over there. And this is a query, and I want to query the table called payments. It's the only table I have. And what we want over here is show the fields, basically all of them, and show a screenshot of your results. I'm going to highlight this and give it a double click. That's a left double click. Left double click. Left double click. And now if I actually just click run, it will give me all the records and all the columns. I don't want all of them. I want only those cases where the amount is $1 million and higher. And I use this criteria over here, amount, and I'm in the criteria column, and I'm going to go greater than or equal to 1 million, 1 and 6 zeros. Well, I'm now going to get all the columns and only those cases where the amount is greater than or equal to 1 million. If I run it, we should be good. And run is the exclamation mark up here. Just again, I'm in the design tab now. Run. That is indeed it. 5 records. Show a screenshot of your result. I would go, in my case here, print screen. And copy all. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump forward to 5 over here, and I'm going to save the query, right click, save, as query, QRY, high values, not QTY, QRY. This helps a little bit. And now I'm going to go back to payments. I'm going to right click and close it. So the only thing I have open is are the results of my query high values. Number 4, show the results as a table in Word. I'm going to take this and I need to external data, export it. But I don't particularly want any of those exports there. I want either that one there or this one here. Word in rich text. Destination, this would be fine. This is the folder where I have the data. And we'll say open the destination file after the export is complete. I'll take all the defaults here and we'll do an OK. I don't really want to save that. It's a very short procedure. And something's happening. We'll go here, cases data, and it just saved it. I'm going to go and open this. And here, in fact, I have a table in Word, and I need to copy this somehow or other. I need to copy this table to my case 4 document, and I hope it isn't going to be too tricky. Copy. This is indeed a table in Word. Part 4. A little bit of bold will make it easier for a supervisor to read. And in fact, this should operate just as a table in Word, and it's pretty neat. In fact, you can see Word has said that there's a spelling error here because those 2 words are joined. Now, 5 said save the query, which we've already done. And I want to see that you have actually done it, and that that you can see that you have a table and a query now. So we're back here. We have a table called payments, and we have a query called high values. I will close this. And now what I want to do is show a screenshot of your access objects. We'll open this a little bit here. There we go. I suppose one of them must be highlighted. It's not letting me clear that. I'm going to go here, highlight, copy, or at least that saved the highlight. Copy is over here. Paste, part 6. This would actually be tricky if you've never seen Access before, or if you didn't have a little bit of guidance in our video. I want the sum and the average of amount, but I want it dollars and cents. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to, I'll send the table there. I don't need to do that. I'll do create, query design. I'll add payments, so that is what I'm going to query. And what I want is the total and the average of amount. I'm going to take the amount field, oops, it's over there, and I'm going to send it here twice because there are two things that I want. Click, double click again. And now what I want is the sum of amount and the average of amount. And there's a row needed over here, and I don't have it. And the way that we would actually get it is to go up to the sigma sign over here, give it a little left click, and now this extra row has opened up. And in the first case, I actually want the sum of amount, and in the second case, I want the average of amount. However, if I simply run it, I'm going to get a bit of a mess here, including, I might have a mess over there with the sum. Here we go. Sum of amount, average of amount. It's nothing formatted like it needs to be formatted. And in fact, we have a little floating point arithmetic doing some crazy stuff over there. And we have a really long decimal, whereas I just like it to end with a 66. So I'm going to go back to design view. I'm going to go here, right click, properties. And I would like to format this as currency. All in black, right click, properties. Lost it again. Format currency, which is dollars and cents rounded to 2 decimal places, and this should end in a 66. And now when I run the query, I get something terribly neat. And in fact, we can do a copy, paste. I don't actually want that. I want it nicely formatted, so we need to sort of get out of here. See if I can. It is misbehaving a little bit here. Design view, and we'll run it again. I might actually have to work on this a little bit here. Average, format currency. I'll force decimal places 2. See, that works. Run. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm just going to do this. I'll do a copy, and I don't need to round up. I need to round down, so the 66 will be just fine. And we'll go here. And I will let you format this as dollars and cents. You need to add a $sign and a column and get it to look nice and neat. $sign, comma. Maybe you can do a space in between. And in this case, it is a case of save it now, last name _ case 4, and submit it. And you should be good to go. Okay, bye-bye for now.